What's up, sitters? This is Tyler Ruff along with Chris Martinez.
What's happening?
And,
Joey
Edge, kind of,
in the chat?
in the chat and on the beach.
Yeah.
Got the, he's got the front porch sitting hat up, out, live and in color on the beach. What beach is that at? Do we know?
Turks and Caicos, I believe.
Woo!
The boy's on a 7-day cruise, man.
Hey,
How about that?
he's on a 7-day cruise. We're here in Lake City doing a podcast.
We're cruising, baby.
I FaceTimed him when I got into the cave, and just kind of like reminiscing. You know, there was some like inside joke stuff that Joey and I used to do every single week. I come in from church and I'd be listening to a podcast while I was getting the camera set up and everything like that.
Right.
Joey would always come in like 10 minutes later. I'd pause it, and every single time he'd say, "Man, you don't have to pause that for me." And so I called him and I said, "Man, it was just so weird. Like I keep waiting for you to walk in the door and tell me I don't have to pause it."
So basically, we just have to send Joey out of the country to have you here.
Basically, you know, I joked in text message when you asked me to do it.
Yeah.
And there was like the running joke near the end of the show, my time on the show, where he would only cook when I wasn't here. So this is just like a little bit of payback for Joey. You know,
That's true.
He's not here, so I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm happy to have you, dude.
Man, I am so happy to be back. It was, it's been a while. It's been like what, like almost about 6 months, almost to the week,
Almost to the week.
because it was like the second week of
It's
February.
your first appearance back on the front porch
It is, man.
since the retirement.
It sure is, man.
Wow,
You guys have
wow.
been killing it. You guys have
Yeah,
been killing
man. We've been having a good time. We've been
it.
having a good time.
We need to shout out Cooey real quick.
Yes, we must.
Tell me what happened, Chris.
So we've always known Koo is a bit of a spy for Florida
That's
in
right.
Tallahassee, right? We knew that. He's a Gator guy. He got an opportunity to work for the University of Florida.
Man.
Yeah, so
Claps in the chat.
yeah,
man.
claps in the chat. As much as I hate losing a guy like that, I know that's what he wanted to do. Ultimately, I think that was his ultimate goal, to get closer to home. And that's got to be somewhat of a dream. I don't want to put words into his mouth. I know he liked his time in Tallahassee. I'm sure he's grateful for the opportunity that Mike gave him, of course.
Yeah.
He's not burning any bridges. But I think ultimately, like, Florida may have been a goal of his, and he achieved that goal. So
That's
really
awesome.
that's really incredible, honestly.
And we know because Cooey would come to the show every now and then and talk to us about what he had going on.
Yeah.
And we all knew that Cooey was grinding.
Oh, yeah,
And he
he
was
worked.
well respected at Florida State.
Absolutely. They loved him. I
Yes.
guarantee you, and he's too humble to say it, they did not want to see him.
Not at all.
I don't know if they – I'm sure they probably tried to do something to keep him.
Yeah, yeah. I
He's
would
very
imagine so.
valuable in Tallahassee.
Hey, but you can't take off the orange and blue once you get that opportunity, man. And you're a Gator through and through.
When they call,
Cool.
man, when they call, you pick up.
That's right.
I'm sure he loved the 352 area code to hit his line.
Oh man, that's awesome. And if so he got that call from the University of Florida. But if you want to give a call, let me tell you who you should call.
Yes, sir.
You should call John Woodley, JW Weaponry. Give those guys a call because they have every single thing that you need. If you need a gun, if you need ammunition, have a good time at summer, maybe some July 4th festivities
Yep.
early in the day before you're inebriated, preferably.
Yeah.
Don't be
we-
shooting guns when
let's,
you're.
let's keep all of our digits.
Let's keep all of our digits. Nobody getting hurt, right? But
Yep.
July 4th, what better day to celebrate America than shooting guns?
Absolutely. Those people are awesome. I'm actually going to go probably within the week and purchase another allegedly another a gun.
Okay.
With a little bit extra, little suppressor on the end. So yeah,
Yes.
a little 6-week wait, whatever. We'll see how long that takes. But they have everything. They have everything that you
Class
need.
3 sales.
Yeah, Class 3. Go see them, man. Go see them. John and them are great people. That's
right.
Really, really good people. If you wanted to give them a call, Tyler, what number would you call?
You would give them a call at 386-243-8587. That is 386-243-8587. And let me tell you this. If you want to check out the website, you can at jwweaponry.com. Allegedly, someone really cool made the website. Allegedly.
I love it.
Allegedly. Man.
Perfect.
Clayton. Rolf back. I'm back for the night, man. I'm back for the night. Hopefully going to come back a little bit more often, especially during football season. That'd be fun. Enough of the Cooey love, jeez. Oh, man.
Cooey said what? Most certainly a dream of mine, but will never take advantage of what the Knowles gave me.
Man, that's a professional right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good.
That's a professional
Yep.
right there.
Yep.
Well, Chris, I'll tell you this right now. We do have a full show for the sitters, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We
Joey's
really
not
do.
here, but we have a full show.
Always have a full show.
Oh, listen. You don't come to the front porch and expect a half show.
Right. At all.
Nah, I'm just saying. Yeah, so tonight, you guys have been doing wind shares.
We have.
We're gonna
Wind
keep
shares.
that. We're gonna keep that going. Joey's not here, But what team we doing tonight, Chris?
We're going to do Kansas State. We're only going to do one team because Joey is not here. I wanted to do Tennessee so bad, but Joey had that iconic moment where he told Tennessee fans to maybe park their bottom, right? Sit your butts down. That's first grade from my wife's classroom. I've heard her say that. Park their butts on the seats or whatever, right? And so I didn't want to do Tennessee. So I started thinking dark horse for the college football playoff. Like, who could that be? And Kansas State came to mind. So we're going to do that, of course. What else is on the docket? Darren McFadden.
Darren McFadden. What's he up to nowadays?
Where are they now?
Running back from Arkansas. That's right.
And then some rule changes in the NFL and MLB.
Yep. Review those.
Bobby Bonilla.
Just some fun stuff afterwards. Yeah, we got Bobby Bonilla Day.
Bobby Bonilla Day was yesterday.
Man.
Chat, if you have anything you want us to get to, throw it in there. We'll get to it. Let us know what you want to hear about, and we'll get to it. Well, I think we'll have time tonight.
Let's do it. All right.
Win shares.
Let's
do it.
We'll throw it up on the screen for us. All right, so we are doing Kansas State. Joey, I like what you put for Joey there. Joey's out up on the beach right now.
Yeah, he's on a cruise ship, baby.
So Vegas got this at 8.5.
Yeah.
Chris, tell us what you're sitting at.
Yeah, so we, Tyler, what we did last week, we did Clemson and Colorado. We didn't pick every single game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of numbers. It gets to be a little bit ugh. So
we can skip the ones and the zeros.
Yeah, so we didn't do that last week. I think it made it a little bit more enjoyable. So I'll just go with like my notable ones. The first one that I have that I think is notable is the opening week 0. So they're going to Dublin, Ireland. So they're going to play. It's called Farmageddon. Kansas State versus Iowa State. Farmageddon. So it's kind of a little cool little thing.
Farmageddon.
It's the first ever Big 12 game that's going to be played in Ireland. I think that's unique a little bit, that experience. Yeah. Like, I think it changes the field, and Kui could probably speak to it. Is a more of a soccer type of field. So
I was just about to say, this is the same place that FSU played last year.
Yeah, they played Georgia Tech last year and got their butt kicked. Pretty bad. It's okay though. But Iowa State does hold a 2-game win streak. So I think I had that at like 0.5, like 50-50 coin flip
it's so
type
tough.
of
First game overseas.
Yeah, they're breaking a new quarterback. Kansas State is.
Yeah.
And so we'll cruise on through. Week 1, North Dakota. I think they handled that. Week 2, they play Army. I think that has some challenges. I think that is not a guaranteed win at all.
Nope.
Skip on down a couple. They have the Big 12 opener. They play UCF, and that one's a little bit unique because Scott
Was
Frost.
that 4 games in?
That will be week. So that is what 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be their 5th game.
Wow.
Yes.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, 5 games in September 27th already.
Golly.
Yeah, they'll have 5 games under their belt.
That's kind of nice for them.
Yeah, they do have a bye before this game, and so I think
that's why it's so late. I was wondering.
Yeah, I think that gives them an advantage though.
Yeah.
The bye, obviously. Scott Frost is first year back at UCF, so I think I still lean K-State, but I wouldn't be shocked if the speed of Florida, the temperature of Florida, it's in Orlando.
That's tough.
Actually, I'm sorry, it's at home. It's at Kansas State.
Ooh.
So that changes things. I have them I think at 0.6 is what I had.
Okay.
I didn't write it down, but I had it at 0.6. You can catch a couple comments. Trav said late, but here.
He's used to that 9-ish start time, so you can't be so mad about Trav.
We got Rolf in the building, but we're on time. Kui said the field in Ireland is really nice, actually, better than some in the States. Wow. Okay, cool.
That's
No
cool.
no excuse for Florida State. All that slipping they were doing. October 4th, Tyler, is a bit of a weird one here. They're at Baylor, which traditionally you would think like, oof, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think Baylor is going to have like some fatigue from 2 consecutive tough games. It's a good spot for like a statement type of win, like they need to have if they want to try to win the Big 12 and have a playoff berth.
I was just saying, a Big 12 that's not ultra competitive, and a Big 12 that's not got some of their bigger teams.
Bingo! Like I think that's what makes K-State interesting is that Texas nor Oklahoma.
They get the auto bid if you win the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, so you have to what? You have to beat Utah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Utah.
That's what Vegas says. Beat Utah.
Yeah.
And then TCU. That's the other one you have to beat.
Yep.
They have TCU on October 11th, the next game at home. the person that I was reading said it's pivotal for conference credibility. Like you probably need to win the game if you want to be in that driver's seat.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
moving on,
At TCU,
it is at home.
at home, might be a little bit of a look ahead game playing Baylor.
Yeah,
TCU the next week at home.
yeah. I think I was 0.5 there as well. Maybe even 0.4. I was under a little bit probably there.
Marty said, "I'm here. You got started early."
I think we started right at 9. It's so early. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's Joey's fault. Then there's a bye, and then October 25th so that's Halloween.
Yeah, pretty close. Well, I mean, the week before
Near, it's the week before it. At Kansas. So it's a 16-game winning streak they have over Kansas right now.
Is that
It
real?
seems crazy, right?
16?
16. Kansas State owns a 16-game winning streak.
Not to make this like about Florida and be a homer, but what was the winning streak over Kentucky? Wasn't it like double that?
It was a lot.
was like
It
in the
was in the
30s, wasn't
30s for sure, yeah.
That's outrageous. All right, sorry.
Yeah.
Keep going.
No,
Sorry.
you're good. So Kansas State, in-state, big time.
Yeah.
I think it's a hard-fought game. I still think they're like 0.65 to win that.
So you don't have K-State losing a game yet. Is that right?
I think I had TCU at 0.4.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I had them losing the next one, November 1st at Texas Tech. Have them losing that game.
Yeah.
Texas Tech is really, 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 really re-upped in the portal. They paid top dollar plus some for like the people they wanted, the targets they wanted.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be formidable, especially on offense. I don't know if Kansas State can score with them, so I think I had that at 0.3. At Oklahoma State, it's a blowout. I think the next two are interesting because you have at Utah, November 22nd at Utah.
Must win.
Critical, yeah, for both teams. I think both teams want to win the Big 12 and make it into the playoffs.